Together, me and you will share life's journey. Together we make it through. I will teach you right from wrong, be your friend all life long. We learn life's lessons together, me and you. In this life we must lean on each other. There's so much good things we all can do together. We'll read a book, tell a story, share a poem, take a journey, only me and you.
I wanna be like you, I wanna be like you. I wanna say what you say and do what you do like you. I wanna be like you, I wanna be like you. I wanna say what you say and do what you do like you.
Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Mrs. McCord. I live in Belmopan, and I've lived here for a very long time. And so today, we are going to listen to a story called Coming Carol. What time is it?
It's story time!
Carol was about 2 years old when she learned to say the word coming. It soon became her favorite word. When mother would call, "Carol, Carol," a little voice could be heard from in the house, "Coming, coming." And in a short time, Carol would appear to see why Mommy was calling her. But as Carol grew older, she stopped coming as quickly. In fact, sometimes she didn't even come at all. And this is exactly what happened one Sunday during the summer vacation. Carol loved the 2-month summer break from school. She would spend the days playing with her friends, climbing trees, and even swimming in a nearby creek when Mommy allowed her to go with her older brothers and sisters. The one thing Carol did not like was to hear her mommy calling her name. "Carol! Carol! Carol!" This usually brought deep sighs. And Carol would answer, "Coming." And this is where the problem normally started. Carol would be coming for over 15 minutes. And often when she found Mommy, the task was already completed. These instances always ended in a scolding and punishment for Carol. But no matter what or how much she was punished, Carol would still keep Mommy waiting when she was called. "You know, Edith, Mrs. Ramclam is really not feeling too good." She's talking to her neighbor. She had a neighbor named Mr. Ramclam. He said, looking a little sad, "It's a sad thing, I tell you, Edith, when you get up in age and there is no one around to help you do little things. Today, I will have to do the washing and find something to cook. There is no problem with the washing, but I am not a good cook. And when Mrs. Ramclam is feeling well, I don't want to give her some bun-up rice and chicken." Mother's heart was touched as she listened to Mr. Ramclam. The older couple had no children nearby, and although their son and daughter in the States sent money for them, they still needed a little help around the house. "Well, Mr. Ramclam, don't worry about the lunch. It's just me and Carol today. I will cook a little extra, and you will join us, or we will bring the food across to you. And let me know if you need help to pin out your clothes. I can come or I can send Carol. She is not doing much today." Mother was happy for the help to help the sweet old couple. "Edith, you are an angel. I am sure the Lord will bless you," Mr. Ramclam said as he gave Mother a hug. No trouble at all, Mr. Ramclam. Tell you, ask Mrs. Ramclam what she would like to eat today," Mother said. "Well, you know her favorite is takari chicken, but don't bother yourself about anything. You fix will be better than what I could cook," Mr. Ramclam said. "Don't worry yourself, Mr. Ramclam. That is Carol's favorite too. She will be more than happy if I cook that today." Let me get started and just give me a little shout if you need anything, Mother said as she walked toward the house. When she got inside, the house was very quiet and she called to Carol. Carol, Carol, I'm in my room studying for a test tomorrow, Carol called from her room. Okay, we are cooking lunch for Mr. and Mrs. Rumclam today, so I might need you to come and give me a hand shortly, Mother said as she began to get things together to make lunch. Mother thought about the delicious lunch she would make. White rice cooked with fresh coconut milk, cohoon cabbage, and the takari chicken seasoned with fresh yellow ginger. She looked out her window as she could see Mr. Rumclam putting clothes on in the machine for washing. He didn't move very fast, and she decided to keep an eye on him. To Mother's surprise, the next time she checked the line, Mr. Rumclam was raising the line full of clothes, and the laundry basket was empty. In no time, the pots in the kitchen were bubbling, and the lunch was coming along nicely, when Mother heard a loud shout from over at Mr. Rumclam's house. A stray dog had wandered over to the clothesline and was grabbing at the end of one of the shirts. The old man came out after the dog, but the dog ran away. There was a loud snap as the clothesline broke, and all of Mr. Rumclam's laundry fell to the ground. Carol, Carol, Mother called. Mother, answered Carol. Come here now. I need you to go over to Mr. Rumclam, Mother said, looking at the older man headed towards the fallen clothesline. Carol, you must come now, Mother said, her voice getting angry because the little girl had not appeared. Finally, Mother decided she would go and help Mr. Rumclam herself. The sight of the old man bending down to pick up the once clean clothes was just too much to watch. Carol, I am going to help Mr. Rumclam pick up his laundry. You need to come out and check the food. The rice and the chicken are almost finished. Please don't make them burn. Carol, are you hearing me? Yes, Mother, I'm coming, Carol said, but she did not appear. Carol, come and check the food. In a few minutes, Mother said as she slipped out the door. She heard Carol shout, okay, as the screen door swung closed behind her. When she arrived, Mr. Rumclam was trying to pull the line back up and secure it. Mother went quickly to work taking the clothes off the fallen line. Meanwhile, Carol was still in her room reading her notes for her test on Monday. She had been curious as to why Mother had been in such a rush to go to Mr. Rumclam. But then she thought it was just like Mother, to always want her to come now and to do something now, when she had her own thing she needed to get done. In fact, Carol was almost 100% sure Mother would be back before the food was finished cooking, and there was no reason for all this excitement. And this was exactly why Carol did not leave her room to check the pots in the stove. And after a few minutes, she was sure she heard the door open and close and Mother come inside. She was absolutely sure she heard that door open. After Mother helped Mr. Rumclam pick up the clothes, she also helped him tie the line back up, and she sorted the laundry out all over again and prepared them to get a second washing. She was talking to Mrs. Rumclam about a little bit of this and a little bit of that when Mr. Rumclam exclaimed, Edith, there is smoke coming from your house. Mother looked up, and sure enough, there was smoke coming from her kitchen windows, and the smell of burnt food drifted across the yard. Oh no, Mother cried as she quickly got up and dashed out the house. She was certain she knew what had happened. Carol had not come out when she was told, and now their lovely lunch was ruined. Mother reached the door in time to see Carol putting out the fire and desperately trying to fan the smoke out of the kitchen. Carol, I told you to come and check on the pots, Mother said, as she opened more of the windows and looked down at the blackened pots in the kitchen. But Mother, Carol started to say, but she quickly quieted down. She could see her mother was upset, and even more, she knew it was her fault. Carol, why can't you do just as you were told? Why can't you come when I call you? Look at what your disobedience has done. Our lunch is ruined, and you could have burnt down the house. Carol knew Mother was right, and she began to cry. Oh, no tears, no, none of that, no tears. You will scrub these pots clean while I go tell Mr. and Mrs. Runclam that lunch will be late. I have to see what else there is to cook. Cleaning the pots and pans was not an easy job, and Carol was even more disappointed when Mother doubled her chores for 2 weeks as punishment for her disobedience. It didn't happen right away, but Carol started to come as Mother would call her, and very soon she stopped saying, "Coming," and say, "Here I am." She never forgot the lesson she learned that Sunday afternoon when she did not come when she was called. And if story never been, Nancy's story wouldn't end.
I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you. I wanna say what you say and do what you do.
Okay,
like
boys and
you.
girls, did you like that story?
Yes.
All right. I want to see if you understood some of it, and I have a couple of questions I want to ask you. So here we go. What all did Mommy do to help the neighbors?
She cooked for them. She cooked for them and she helped them do their laundry.
Okay, great. That's wonderful. Great thing. And we all do that to help our neighbors in our neighborhood. We are helping one another all the time. That's good. Wonderful. Next question. Why did she help the neighbor, Mr. Rumclam?
She helped Mr. Ramclam because Mrs. Ramclam didn't feel well. Because they were old?
All right, that's a good answer. Very good. She was concerned about her neighbor, so that's wonderful that you thought of that. Great, and I hope that you practice that too. Next question. Explain the bad habit that Carol had.
Carol she didn't like to come when her mom called her.
Carol had that she wasn't answering when her mother is calling her, and she would take long to answer.
Good, good. We all have some bad habits. Good that you thought of that. That's great. What happened to Mr. Ramclam's clothes on the line? What happened to his clothes?
Mr. Ramclam's line fell down to the ground and the clothes fell because of the dog. The clothes line break because of the dog. It was pulling down the clothes.
Yes, that's exactly what happened, and I'm sure you must have seen that happen at some time. That's a terrible thing, that you have to do the job all over. Great, great. You really did listen. Last question. What lesson did Carol learn from this story?
She learned not to be lazy. She learned that when her mother called her, she should come. She learned to when her mother called, she should come because maybe an accident will happen. She learns when her mother calls her, she should come right away. She learned that when her mother calls her, she should come because it could be an emergency.
Yes, that's exactly what she learned. And I hope every story that you read teaches you a lesson. This was a good lesson. Wonderful boys and girls. You're good today.
I'm here for you. Together, me and you will share life's journey. Together, we make it through. I will teach you right from wrong. Be your friend all life long. We learn life's lessons. Together, me and you. In this life, we must lean on each other. There's so much good things we all can do together. We'll read a book, tell a story, share a poem, take a journey, only me and